What's going on, guys? It's Dramon here with a new pickup, a new review, and boy am I excited for this sneaker. It's one of my favorites of all time, so let's just get straight to it. Sneaker gods, help me out. Boom, the Nike Air More Uptempo. You know it, you love it, it's 90s, it's classic, it's amazing. This sneaker, I love it. I mean, I'm looking at it in my viewfinder right now and I'm gushing over it because this is really why I love sneakers, the 90s era. The 90s were kind of full of themselves, kind of larger than life, and the Nike Air More Uptempo just really encapsulates that mindset and the way the 90s were. I mean, there's so much going on and it's so awesome. I love everything about this sneaker. So when you're talking about the Nike Air More Uptempo, you can't ignore the big air on the upper. I mean, it's in your face, it's loud, pops right off the sneaker. And the 90s had this weird thing where the upper design would leak onto the midsole. I mean, if you think about the most popular sneakers from that era, like this, the Shacknosis, or the Kamikaze 1 or 2s, you see that the upper design goes onto the midsole, and you don't really see that too much these days. And I love that design aspect. It brings me back to when I was a kid, rocking the big bulky Nike sneakers. I mean, it's just perfect. It's so nostalgic for me. I love it. I can't express to you guys enough how much this sneaker tickles my heartstrings. Like, I just love it. Another thing 90s sneakers or fashion were known for were bungee straps, and as you can see on the lacing system, you have 3 huge bungee straps going across the tongue, and that's just a 90s thing. Like, the 90s were so into gyms. Like, gyms were a big thing, like Gold's Gym. If you ever watch Pain and Gain, I mean, that's a perfect representation of that era. The sneakers really reflected that, because when you went to the gym, you wanted to just match, and you know, spandex, colorful spandex with crazy designs. That's 90s. And I remember when my mom used to drop me off at Gold's Gym at the child care center, and all I would do was play on the Payless basketball hoop and dunk like I was Jordan, Kobe, Vince Carter, whoever, Antonio McDyess. Shout out to McDyess. But this sneaker brings me back so much. I know I'm repeating myself, but really, I'm just so happy to have this sneaker in my hand. Another thing that I'm loving about this sneaker is the swoosh placements. Now, the best one is on the toe, and it's in this red stitching, and it goes so perfect with that white leather underneath it. You also have one in a smaller area on the midsole near the heel, and as well as a big one on the heel in the back of the sneaker. Now, this is called the Nike Air More Uptempo, so it would be a crime if we didn't talk about the fat air unit that this sneaker uses. Now, trying these on, the cushion is fantastic. I love it. The heel feels a little bit more comfortable than the forefoot. That doesn't mean that the forefoot's bad, it's just that the heel really stood out to me. Would I play in these? No, that's my personal preference because these are a little bit too heavy for my liking. But if you were to play basketball in these, it would be a great option and the cushion would do its job tremendously. Now, as far as the quality of the materials on this model, it's all synthetic leather, and that's not necessarily a bad thing because I believe back when they released in the 90s, that's how it was. Now, it's not real leather, and you might be saying, oh, it's junk. It's not really. What's junk synthetic leather was that stuff that the 2012 white cement 4s used. Those were terrible. This is nothing like it. It's not soft, but it's not stiff by any means. And I can find myself wearing these on a regular basis, not only because I love the way it looks, but because it's not gonna hurt my feet like those white cement 4s did. I can't wear those anymore. The leather's way too stiff. Now, earlier we talked about the swoosh placement on this model. Now, look at the outsole. There's a huge Nike check mark right there in the middle. There's also one around the heel area. And you can't see the air unit in between there. I have no idea why. I believe the originals you were able to, but you know, the outsole is pretty standard. You got herringbone, almost full length. It kind of stops here at the toe, and it's in red and white, and it's just perfect. Red and white, that's all you need. Now, as far as sizing for the Nike Air More Uptempo, if you like a snug fit, definitely go down, especially if you're planning to do anything athletic in these. As for me, this is a casual rocking sneaker, so I just went to my true to size, which is 10.5. Fit a little wide, but that's the point because it's a bulky 90s sneaker. I mean, that's just the way it is. Like I said, this sneaker brings me back to the heyday of basketball sneakers, in my opinion. I mean, back in the day, you had 2 options. It was either black or white or white or black. And every now and then you could get like a red or black or a white or black sneaker. But my point is there were really only like 2, maybe 3 colors on a sneaker back in the 90s. Nowadays, you know, there's like 5, 6 different colors on one sneaker, but this is just 2 colors, red and white, and that's really all you need, for me at least. I love these colors. I love the silhouette, the design. I think they're extra comfortable, and I'm gonna be rocking these a lot. You can definitely bet on that. Anyways, you guys, if you like this review, give me a thumbs up. That'll help me out a lot. If you like videos like these, subscribe. My name's Jaron. It's been great having you. See you in the next one. Peace. Scoring 33.7 points per game, shooting 43% from 3 and 52% from the field while putting up 8.3 assists per game. Guess Kobe never passes, right? The first thing I want to say, I mean, I think it's the most important part, other than how it looks. Price.
I was going to say there is only one important part.
Right.
And that is the price.